Welcome to Football Analysis. One of the biggest stories at the moment is the change at Bayern Munich. Julian Nagelsmann was relieved of duty after suffering a loss to Bayer Leverkusen and replaced by ex-Chelsea and Champions League winning coach Thomas Tuchel. In this video we will analyse Thomas Tuchel's Bayern in the Klassiker, which finished 4-2 to Bayern thanks to an own goal, goals from Müller and Koeman. The most surprising thing here is that Bayern surrendered possession to Dortmund, only seeing 48% of the ball. Back 4 build-up play. Whereas Nagelsmann played with a back 3 and had his wingers pin the opposition's defence, Tuchel chose a back 4 in his first game and had the wingers pin the Dortmund defence by positioning them high and wide outside the fullbacks. Tuchel looked to utilise the pace of the wingers at his disposal by creating space behind the Dortmund defence, and this paid off for the first goal. In their 4-1-4-1 shape, Dortmund didn't press, and this allowed one of the centre-backs to have time on the ball and play a pass behind Dortmund's back line. This created a chance, and a missed kick from the goalkeeper sees the ball roll into the back of the net. We can see the early signs that Tuchel's Bayern are a more solid team compared to Nagelsmann's team. The fullbacks often inverted to provide defensive stability. The objectives of the team were to get the ball to the wide areas quickly and let the wingers attack the spaces by dribbling or with crosses into the box. Bayern were able to create a problem for Dortmund with their centre-backs stepping into the midfield with the ball, as this created a 2 versus 1 on the winger. From here, following Tuchel's strategy, he played a pass to the winger. Bayern in their build-up shape of 2-3-2-3 were not looking to play through Dortmund with intricate passing. Instead, they were encouraging Dortmund to press in order to create space behind their front line. If the defence didn't push up, then there would be space created in the midfield as they are less compact. But if the Dortmund defence pressed up, this would create space behind the Dortmund defence for a long pass for the wingers to exploit. Bayern enjoy transitions to attack. Again, the wingers are key and will be an important part of Tuchel's strategies. The team look to transition quickly, hitting the wingers who are running behind the back line early with diagonal balls. One of the advantages to having a 2-3-2-3 formation in the build-up is that it naturally creates triangles in wide areas by using one of the number 8s combined with a fullback and a winger. This was evident in Bayern's fourth goal, when Bayern were able to find the passing angles to progress the ball. Another element of Bayern's play was also evident in this goal. One winger, Koeman, switched the play to the other winger, Sane, in space. Koeman then continued his run into the box to score. I think this goal summed up Tuchel's ideas. Bayern's pressing is simple. Out of possession, Bayern sat in a 4-2-3-1 formation, with the 2 wingers tucking in narrow to stop balls being played into the Dortmund 8s with their cover shadows. They were also tasked with pressing the fullbacks when they received a pass. Out of the 2 pivots, Goretzka was given the role of man-marking Bellingham when out of possession, and in this case, Kimmich would shift over to become a lone pivot. In their defensive shape, out of possession, Müller would prevent any balls being played into Can, and the wingers covering the 8s and fullbacks meant that the ball had to go to the forwards in congested areas, covered by Kimmich and Goretzka. This compact shape with their fullbacks tucking into the midfield and the pivots pressing the forwards saw Bayern win the ball back quickly, and as we said before, this is Tuchel's plan because wingers with skill and pace need space to run into to cause danger for the opposition. The ball is won back by Upamecano on the edge of the box, and his first thought is a quick transitional attack. Kingsley Coman has kept his position outside of the fullback and has plenty of space to run into behind the Dortmund defence. The pass takes him wide, but Bayern are still able to create a chance on goal, defending their own third. Bayern looked very well organised, defending in the final third. The 2 pivots formed a defensive box in front of the centre-backs and would slot back into the defence should one of the centre-backs or full-backs press a player in the midfield. The wingers then could drop back and protect the full-backs when needed, as Bayern formed a solid 4-4-1-1. Conclusion to Tuchel's first game. By using the talent at his disposal, Tuchel was able to play to Bayern's strengths and at the same time exploit some of Dortmund's weaknesses. Bayern forced Dortmund to leave spaces in their midfield and behind their defence. Although the fortunate first goal helped with this, Tuchel has turned Bayern into a team that can be lethal in transitions. With City to come in the Champions League, this tactic could be the way to beat them.